Hello, BookTube. As I predicted, I did indeed get more mail. And boy, oh boy, that reacquainted me with what the day is like out there today. It is bad out there today. It's hot, but it's not that hot. It's barely in the mid-80s Fahrenheit. But it is very humid. It is a very, very hot feeling day out there. Oppressive, I believe, would be the right word. And apparently, from what I can gather, tomorrow is going to be 15 degrees hotter. And if that stays, if the humidity stays the same and it's 15 degrees hotter, tomorrow is going to be a day to do nothing outside. Tomorrow is going to be a day-long siesta. So a nice, long, fun walk with Frida at dawn. And then very brief pit stops outside during the worst of the day, the whole length of the day. And then another long, fun walk at sunset. That's going to have to stay true. My reading of the weather data leads me to think that after this little period, we're heading into another long period of unstable air every single day. So every day the threat of rain or thunderstorms. Every day that feeling in the air that the sky could open up. I have a feeling there's a long stretch of that coming, but one way or another, today is getting pretty iniquitous. And tomorrow, oh my. Tomorrow I think I will spend reading on the couch. But I got mail. Just a few packages. So we'll see what we got here to finish things up for today. So what is this first one? Some of these packages look a little iffy. Some of them look like they may be coming from some of you. Which would be very nice of you, but totally unnecessary. Oh, no. Okay. Well, not this first one. No. Okay, great. This one is, oh, fantastic. This is Golden Age Detective Stories, edited by the great Otto Penzler, who's one of the only authors who's been doing great work for so long that he shows up on Brattle Halls and also in New Book Halls. His career spans half a century. And this is a new collection of Golden Age Detective Stories. Oh my, who will be in here? Well, let's read about it. Sometimes the police aren't the best suited to solve a crime. When it comes to comprehending strange and puzzling murders, you may find that a retired magician, a school teacher, a Broadway producer, a nun, and sundry other eccentric detectives are better equipped to find a killer. At least that's what the authors from the golden age of the American mystery fiction would have you think. For decades in the middle of the 20th century, the country's best-selling authors produced delightful tales in which memorable characters used rarefied knowledge to interpret confounding clues. And for even longer, in the decades that have followed, these characters have continued to entertain new audiences with every new generation that discovers them. In this thrilling new collection, Otto Penzler selects some of the greatest American short stories from the era. Okay, so who does he have in here? What do we have here? I know you're going to want to see the table of contents, so let's see what we have here. Charlotte Armstrong, Anthony Boucher, this is the Sister Ursula Mysteries. I think I've only read one of those. Mignon Eberhard. That name came up already on this channel. I thought it was made up, but it apparently isn't. We have a Perry Mason murder mystery by Earl Stanley Gardner. We have a Mr. Mycroft mystery by H.F. Hurd. Some of you are going to know these authors much better than I do. We have a Captain Duncan MacLean mystery by Baynard Kendrick. Mr. and Mrs. North mystery by Francis and Richard Lockridge. Hildegard Withers mystery by Stuart Palmer. We have an Ellery Queen mystery. We have a Peter and Iris Duluth mystery by Patrick Quentin. And a Great Merlini mystery by Clayton Rawson. Oh, and there's also a Mary Roberts Reinhardt, her Hilda Adams story, Locked Doors, which I think I read in another anthology. And also a Stryker story by Cornell Woolridge. Great. Fantastic. Okay, well, I don't have a sheet on this, a sell sheet, so I don't know when this is coming out, but I would imagine it's an August release. Finished copy, smaller hardcover, very nice. Very nice. All right, let's see what this next one is. We'll just go right through these here. I have all of my heat coping mechanisms well in place. I've got the bottle of water, my tall water jug, and a small terry cloth face cloth that's nice and cold. I doused it in cold water and then put it in the refrigerator for an hour, so it's nice and chilly. I'm all set for. All right, what have we got here? Oh, okay, great. We'll go to date on this thing. August. Okay, this comes out in late August. This is Robert S. Levine. This is The Failed Promise, Reconstruction, Frederick Douglass, and the Impeachment of Andrew Johnson. With tons of blurbs. Good Lord. Starred review at Publishers Weekly, a starred review at Booklist, a star review at Kirkus. That's a trifecta of starred reviews. And as I mentioned on this channel before, that's no small thing at all. That is not the same thing as all of the books on the new release table at a Barnes & Noble, where publishers are paid to have them there. Star reviews for industry reviews like Booklist or Publishers Weekly are entirely the discretion of the reviewer. Their editor can't make them do it. Their editor can't say, you have to give me so many starred reviews in a month. It's entirely the discretion of the reviewer. And it's the highest accolade that those journals can provide. And here, this book, and the reviewers don't know each other, of course. And here, this book got a starred review from all three journals, professional journals. The only one not listed here is Library Journal. 10-1, they loved it too. Anyway, what do we got here? Histories of Reconstruction and the Impeachment of Andrew Johnson typically focus on political conflicts between Johnson and Congress. Yet at the heart of the debate of the time were the futures of black Americans, and whether the U.S. government, having just won the Civil War, would pursue aggressive policies on their behalf. Here the author offers a comprehensive and fascinating corrective to the standard narrative. He delves deeply into how Frederick Douglass, the country's most influential black leader, and the wider black community viewed Johnson, shedding new light on postbellum America and our ongoing reckoning with racism. Okay, all right, this comes out at the end of August. Can't help but think that Bill Rutenberg might want this more than I do, so I'll have to see about that. I can certainly send it to him once I'm done with it. And what do we got here? This thing is heavy, but it's wrapped in an ordinary envelope. So is it from one of you, perhaps, being naughty, sending me something in the mail? It's a finished copy of something. What have we got here? Oh! Oh! Here's a note. Okay, it is a gift from one of you. Those of you who are new to this channel may find that a little strange. And that's just how we do things on this channel. I send out gifts all the time, and my viewers, most of whom are my friends, also send me stuff from time to time. It is, as I have said many times before, the strangest parasocial relationship anywhere on YouTube. And I ordinarily caution against it, because as you can see from watching this channel, I have access to a huge number of books. So spending your hard-earned money and time and effort to send me a book that's almost doomed to be something that I either already have or don't want just doesn't seem right. Every once in a while, somebody guesses correctly, and this is one of those times. We've actually seen this book on this channel years ago when it was in a mail haul, and I got rid of it. And I don't know why, and one of you must have known that. This is by Edward Longacre. Talk about Bill Rutenberg. This is The Early Morning of War. This is a big, fantastic book on the First Battle of Bull Run. The people involved, the history leading up to it. It's just a seminal work of modern United States Civil War military history. It is the book on Bull Run. And I think I got it in a mail haul years ago when it came out. Was this when we were talking to each other? I'm almost certain that it was. When did this come out? See, sometimes I wish I were as good at finding this sort of thing as Mark and Jason are. 2014. So no, we weren't talking then. But I did get it from the publisher. One of you must have seen this and thought, boy, that looks like a Steve book. It is a Steve book, but it's random chance. I'm almost come around. I'm overjoyed to see this. I'm overjoyed to have it again. I'm almost coming full circle to scolding you again, though, because there was no chance on earth that I wouldn't have. It is random luck that one of you guessed correctly. I'm very happy that you did. Very, very happy that you did. This is a volume in the Civil War Library to have. But you shouldn't have. Anyway, fantastic. Okay. And then one last package, and then we'll be done. Another one of these big white envelopes here that are such a pain in the neck. What have we got here? It's a big thing, whatever it is. What is this? Oh my. Well, I should hope that it's big. Yes, considering what it is. This comes out in November. And it's by David Graeber and David Wengrow. And the reason it's so big is because it's It's called The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity. It's a whop, a huge thing. It's the history of all humanity. What if the story we've been told for centuries about the origins of social inequality isn't true? This question is at the heart of this book, a bold, inspiring, sweeping new book by archaeologist David Wengrow and the late anthropologist David Graeber. Subverting common beliefs about social evolution, The Dawn of Everything presents a radical alternative record of our ancestors' lives and ultimately charts a path toward greater individual and collective freedom for our species. Okay, so is it history or is it an activist tract? At the core of Graeber's intellectual and activist practice was his belief in humanity's ability to organize for more creative, free, and caring societies, an optimism affirmed by the evidence he and Wengrow marshaled to tell a different story of our past. They show that human history did not follow a linear progression from tiny bands of egalitarian hunter-gatherers to civilizations marked by warfare, bureaucracy, patriarchy, and slavery. Warfare, bureaucracy, patriarchy, and slavery. A quartet that leaves out another item, the item from which all four of those others stem, which is religion. Instead, we just get the effects instead of the cause. We get warfare, bureaucracy, patriarchy, and slavery. Rather, our ancestors experimented with a range of political models. This retelling of the past liberates modern societies from the illusion of an inevitable evolutionary trajectory and presents an emboldened vision of humans as playful and adaptable. Okay, well, yes, they experimented with a range of political models, and the winning models won out. Okay, it wasn't aliens that made the winning models win out. It wasn't aliens that drifted things towards autocracy and militarism. It was humans that did that. Every single time. The egalitarian, adaptable, and playful models that these two are going to list didn't survive, generally speaking. Anyway, it also contradicts popular histories of social evolution by scholars like Yuval Harari, whose book Homo Deus is the one that came to mind, Jared Diamond, and Francis Fukuyama, that suggest equality was only possible in small, ancient societies, and that we are now trapped in institutional cages, unable to ever escape social inequality. Okay, well, it sounds like this is not what I originally thought. It sounds like this is going to be at least as much polemic as anything else. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, hi. How are you? I know just what you're thinking. A history of humanity leaves you out. Oh, it does, baby. It leaves you out. It leaves all of us out. All of our kind. Oh. Do you want to get down? I'll get these things out of the way. There you go. Even if it is half polemic and half investigation, still sounds fascinating. I don't have to worry about it for almost a year, almost half a year, because it doesn't come out until early November. So I'll wait until I get the finished copy to tackle this thing. But that's great. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Very interesting. So there you go. That is the mail. At least another installment of the mail. So we have The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity. We have The Early Morning of War, which one of you went out and got from me. Very nice of you. It is a beautiful hardcover. The definitive study of the First Battle of Bull Run and the beginning of the American Civil War and all the lessons that could be learned. Fantastic book. Glad to have it again. Won't be getting rid of it again. Then we have The Failed Promise, a book about Frederick Douglass, Reconstruction, and Andrew Johnson. And finally, The Golden Age Detective Stories, edited by Otto Penzler. Any Otto Penzler anthology is a cause for celebration. So that's fantastic. And there are a few names in there that I don't know at all. So there'll be plenty of stories in that volume that I've never read. Never read and never read from. Don't even know the authors. And that's great in its own right. So between mail haul of 2 boxes full of stuff, and then a Brattle haul, and then another mail haul, we have a pretty bookish trio of videos today. I'm not sure how many more videos there will be, but if the yen strikes me, or if, God forbid, I get more mail, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, BookTube.